who shoots arrow with newly blossoming flowers. He bears newer and newer moods of emotional ecstasies. He is fond of performing novel dances. He makes ever new jokes that causes much laughter. His brilliant luster is like freshly cast gold. I bow down to Gora, the beautiful son of Mother Sachi.
He is endowed with ever fresh love of Godhead. His radiant luster is like the color of fresh butter. His fresh attire is arranged in ever new fashions. He relishes ever new mellows of love for Krishna. He shines in ninefold new ways while executing the ninefold processes of devotion. He is permeated with a most auspicious loving nature. I bow down to Gaura, the beautiful son of Mother Sachi.
Mother, do you have phone?
Yes.
Please open the link on the group.
He is absorbed in devotion to Sri Hari. He maintains the chanting of the names of Hari. While chanting, he counts the holy names on the fingers of his hands. He is addicted to the name of Hari. He always has tears of love welling in his eyes. I bow down to Gaura, the beautiful son of Mother Sachi.
Fourth, he always removing the suffering of material existence for mankind. He is the goal of life for persons who are dedicated to their supreme interest. He inspires men to become like honeybees, eager for the honey of Krishna Prem. He removes the burning fever of material world. I bow down to Gaura, the beautiful son of Mother Sachi.
He motivates pure devotion to himself. He is most attractive to his beloved servitors. By his dramatic dancing, he exhibits the characteristics of the king of paramours. He causes the minds of beautiful young village women to dance. I bow down to Gaura, the beautiful son of Mother Sachi.
6. Praise Kartal as his throat emits sweet melodious sounds and the vibrant notes of the veena are softly played. He thus inspires the devotees to perform dramatic dancing that is infused with aspects of his own devotional service. I bow down to Gaura, the beautiful son of Mother Sachi.
7. He is accompanied by the Sankirtana movement, which is the religious practice of the age of Kali. He is the son of Nanda Maharaj, come again. He is the extraordinarily brilliant ornament of the earth. His preaching mood is suitably adapted to the cycle of birth and death. His consciousness is fixed in meditation on his own form of Krishna. He is always accompanied by his transcendental abode. I bow to Gaura, the beautiful son of Mother Sachi.
His eyes, the soles of his feet, and his clothing are reddish, like the color of the colors that herald the rising sun. As he utters his own name, his voice flatters. He awakens a sweet flavor of life throughout the universe. I bow down to Gaura, the beautiful son of Mother Sachi. Navagoravvaram, Navapushpasaram, Navabhavadharam, Navalasyaparam, Navagoravvaram, Navapushpasaram, Navabhavadharam, Navalasyaparam, Navagoravvaram, Navapushpasaram, Navabhavadharam, Navalasyaparam, Navagoravvaram, Navapushpasaram, Navalasyaparam, Navahasyaparam, Navahemavaram, Pranamami Sachi Sutta Gauravaram. Navahasyaparam, Navahemavaram, Pranamami Sachi Sutta Gauravaram. Navapremayutam, Navanita Sucham, Navavresha Kritam, Navapremarasam, Navapremayutam, Mahamayam Pranamami Sachi Sutta Gauravaram Hari Bhakti Param Hari Namadharam Karajapya Karam Hari Nama Param Hari Bhakti Param Hari Namadharam Karajapya Karam Hari Nama Param Nayane Satatam Pranaya Shrudharam Pranamami Sati Sutta Gauravaram Nayane Satatam Pranaya Shrudharam Pranamami Sati Sutta Gauravaram Satatam Janata Bhavatapaharam Paramartha Parayana Lokagatim Satatam Janata Bhavatapaharam Paramartha Parayana Lokagatim Navalehakaram Jagatapaharam Pranamami Sati Sutta Gauravaram Navalehakaram Jagatapaharam Pranamami Sati Sutta Gauravaram Bhakti Karam Priya Charutaram Natanartana Nagara Rajapuram Bhakti Karam Priya Charutaram Natanartana Nagara Rajapuram Pulakamini Manasalasya Karam Pranamami Sati Sutta Gauravaram Pulakamini Manasalasya Karam Pranamami Sati Sutta Gauravaram Kartala Balam Kalakankaravam Niduvadya Suvinikaya Madhuram Kartala Balam Kalakankaravam Niduvadya Suvinikaya Madhuram Nija Bhakti Gunavrita Natyakaram Pranamami Sati Sutta Gauravaram Nija Bhakti Gunavrita Natyakaram Pranamami Sati Sutta Gauravaram Dharmayutam Punarnanda Sutam Dharani Suchitam Bhavo Bhavositam Dharmayutam Punarnanda Sutam Dharani Suchitam Bhavo Bhavositam Tanu Jnanatitam Nijavasayutam Pranamami Sati Sutta Gauravaram Tanu Jnanatitam Nijavasayutam Pranamami Sati Sutta Gauravaram Arunam Nayanam Vasacharanam Vasanam Vadane Slakitam Swakanamadharam Arunam Nayanam Charanam Vasanam Vadane Slakitam Swakanamadharam Purushe Surasam Jagatadivanam Pranamami Sati Sutta Gauravaram Purushe Surasam Jagatadivanam Pranamami Sati Sutta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So today we are going to discuss from Chaitanya Chaitamrita, and we are going to discuss
49 and 50.
49 and 50. So that's the ladies. So I'll just read 49 and translation, then we'll collectively discuss, we'll sing 50 number, text number 50. Mahamada prema phala peta bhari khaya matika sakala loka hase nache gaya. The fruit of love of Godhead distributed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is such a great intoxicant that anyone who eats it, filling his belly, immediately becomes maddened by it. Automatically he chants, dances, laughs and enjoys. As it happens, like when you take some intoxicant, like some liquor or something, so you, go out of your senses. So similarly, this love of Godhead is like that whoever takes this great intoxicant, what happens? He chants, dances, laughs and enjoys. We can see for ourselves. Before coming to Krishna consciousness, who could have imagined that we will be dance on the street in front of people? And especially if you are coming from Indian subcontinent, so after wearing dhoti and all those things, even to dance on a dance floor on some occasion, it's so, people are so hesitant, people are so shy what to say when you have to dance in front of public, which you don't know, or which you may know. You might find out, oh, he's my friend going there. And that too on the street.
Yes, it is.
So that can only be happen once you're drunk. Drunk with Krishna Prema.
Actually, we read 49 and 50 last time, so we can read also 51.
Okay.
But
I prepared as per 50.
But as you like.
Just a break. Mataji, I have soaked some white chickpeas in the kitchen. Okay. Thank you. Sorry. It's not part of the class, but it is. After the class. Keha gada gadiyaye, keha tahunkara, dekhi anandita hayya hase malakara. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the great gardener, sees that people are chanting, dancing and laughing, and that some of them are rolling on the floor, and some are making loud humming sounds, he smiles with great pleasure. Papat, this attitude of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very important for person engaged in Hare Krishna movement of Krishna consciousness. In every center of our institution, ISKCON, we have arranged for a love feast every Sunday. And when we actually see people come to our center, chant, dance, take prasadam, become jubilant and purchase books, we know that certainly Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is always present in such transcendental activities. He is very pleased and satisfied. Therefore, the member of ISKCON must increase this movement more and more, according to the principle that we are presently trying to execute. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, thus being pleased, will smilingly glance upon them, bestowing his favor, and movement will be successful. Haribol. Okay, so we'll, as per instruction of Prabhuji, so we'll read text number 51. So you are requested to open it on your mobile. On your mobile, you can write down Vedabase CC Adi 9.51. I'll open it for you. Okay, you have. You are better than us. You have Granth Bhagavatam in your hands.
51.
51. Yes. You can write down Vedabase CC Adi 9.51. I hope it is perfect. Ei malakar khaya, ei prema phala. Ei malakar khaya, ei prema phala. Ei malakar This
This
Malakar,
Malakar,
great gardener,
great gardener,
Khaya, eats. This Prema Phala, fruit of love of Godhead.
fruits of love Godhead,
Niravadi, always. Matta, maddened. Rahe, remains. Vivasha, as if helpless. Vivala, as if bewildered. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Swami Prabhupada ki Jai. The great gardener Lord Chaitanya personally eats this fruit, and as a result, he constantly remains mad and as if helpless and bewildered. Beware of what you are doing. They are warning you. You cannot say that they didn't warn you. It is the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to act himself and teach the people. He says, Apani Acharya Bhakti Karila Prachar. One must first act himself and then teach. Jai Shri Radha Parisisvara ki, Jai Sai Satskuta ki, Jai Radha Krishna Mahani ki, Jai Shri ki Jai. This is a function of real teacher. Unless one is able to understand the philosophy that he speaks, it will not be effective. Therefore, one should not only understand the philosophy of Chaitanya cult, but also implement it practically in one's life. While chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sometimes fainted and remained unconscious for many hours. He prays in his Sistashtaka, Yugayitam nimishena chakshusha pravishayitam shunyayitam jagat sarvam govinda virahena me. O Govind, feeling your separation, I am considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain. And I am feeling all vacant in this world in your absence. This is perfectional stage of chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra and eating the fruit of love of Godhead, as exhibited by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. One should not artificially imitate this stage, but if one is serious and sincerely follows the regulative principles and chants the Hare Krishna mantra, the time will come when these symptoms will appear. Tears will fill his eyes and he will be unable to chant the Mahamantra distinctly. His heart will throb in ecstasy. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that one should not imitate this, but a devotee should long for a day to come when such symptoms of trance will automatically appear in his body. Om Ajnanamirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manohishtam Sthapayena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamhiyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeyam Shri Guru Shri Utapadakamlam Shri Guru Vaishnavansha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Saganaraghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Savadetam Savadutam Parijapsaitam Vishnu Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Saganalita Shri Vishakha Vitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaskute Tapta Kanchana Gauranga Radhe Vilamaneshwari Vishwahanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarvescha Kripa Sindhu Vevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatyadeeshtarine Hukum karoti vachalam pangam lagayate girim yat kripa tadaham vande Shri Guru Jina Saranam. Hare Krishna. So before I start some discussion, I would like to beg your blessings so that whatever I speak, it is for my own purification and for the pleasure of the Vaishnavas assembled here. So here Prabhupada is, in the previous shloka, in the 51 shloka, Prabhupada is mentioning, or the shloka mentioned itself, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has become very jubilant, very happy when he sees others taking Krishna consciousness, when they also eat the fruit of love of Godhead, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sees people taking part in Sankirtan movement, Prabhupada has made Krishna consciousness so easy and accessible. Before, imagine yourself living in the times of Bhakti Saraswati Thakur or any other Acharya. Like even if in the times of Bhakti Thakur, there was no Chaitanya Charitamrita. Nobody knows where is Mayapur. There was no temple. So you cannot imagine being a devotee at that time. Okay. Next Acharya came Bhakti Saraswati Thakur Maharaj. He made system very easy. Like now Grahasthas can also participate. We have so many Gaudiya Math he established, 64 Gaudiya Math he established, and so many books were there. But still, it was not easy to participate in the movement. Those who are Grahasthas, they have to live in the mud with his family. Now you cannot live at your home. And for certain people, there were rules like you have to chant 64 rounds. Anybody agree for that? 64 rounds? It's very hard for us. So what Prabhupada did, and actually this is only an Acharya can do so. There is a difference between adjustment and concoction. Like adjustment and deviation. Like Prabhupada did some adjustments that only an Acharya can do. Like one of the adjustments that Prabhupada did, that Matajis can also go to altar. That is as per the time and place, TPC, time, place and circumstance. Prabhupada did it. And Prabhupada did, even in Gaudiya Math you can see not everybody chants 64 rounds. It is a rule for sannyasis and pujaris. As far as I knew from the sources of Bhakti Siddhanta Vaibhav, the book by His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Maharaj. Anybody read that book?
I did, but not.
So it was not a rule that everybody has to chant 64 rounds. Only sannyasis and pujaris were supposed to chant. Others, they can chant as much as they like. But Prabhupada made a rule. 64. First he gave 64, then devotees said, no, we cannot do 64. Prabhupada said, okay, 32, no, we cannot do 31. Then Prabhupada said, okay, rock bottom 16. So this is the adjustment that Prabhupada did. Everybody who call himself a devotee, who associate with devotee, who think that he is part of International Society for Krishna Consciousness, and he has to chant 64 round, who happens to take initiation. Similarly, there are other rules also that Prabhupada did little adjustment, but that only an Acharya can do. So that we can access, we can accept devotional service. Prabhupada gave this, like just to give an example. Any of you have read Brahma Samhita in English? I request, please read. And you will be puzzled at every line, the kind of a language Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj is using. Let me give you a small example of that. The first line of forward is, the materialistic demeanor cannot possibly stretch to the transcendental autocrat who is ever inviting the fallen conditioned soul to associate with him through devotion or eternal serving mood. So you need a dictionary at least to understand these words. Materialistic demeanor cannot possibly I have been reading English since maybe age 5, but I cannot comprehend what it is written. And I'm sure it is the case with most of us. Because he was such a great scholar, Bhakti Saraswati Thakur Maharaj, that he only chose that word which is perfect for that. Even Britishers, they need to have some dictionary to have correspondence with Bhakti Saraswati Maharaj. All his books are like that. He was such a great scholar. And many of the time people cannot understand. And in the times of Bhakti Saraswati Thakur Maharaj, like we have, you can read Bhakti Siddhanta Vaibhav also. Like his lecture usually starts at around 11 a.m. There was no concept of bhagavatam class. Like, okay, after we just have to be here for 1 hour and then there will be prasadam. Just, is bande ko just be with this person one hour. No, it was not like that. They do their morning program at 11. Bhakti Saraswati Thakur Maharaj used to, after breakfast, everything, after our services, Bhakti Saraswati Maharaj used to start his class, and the class usually go up till 4 or 5 p.m. We need that kind of a mode of goodness to sit in the class and do not sleep. So we cannot imagine ourselves. So that's why Prabhupada, tailor-made this system, the morning program, that everybody has to come for morning program, chant system in the morning. So it is only and only because of Srila Prabhupada that there are so many devotees joining, there are so many temples. He gave this system so that devotional service becomes acceptable for everyone. We have so many hooks in Krishna consciousness. Like if anybody likes Kirtan, music only, okay, you can join Kirtan. And slowly, you can become Krishna conscious. You can start accepting other things also. If anybody likes prasadam only, okay, come and eat prasadam. If anybody likes philosophy only, okay, there are books, take philosophy. And you must have example in front of you also. It happens in your life also that somebody came just for something and he end up becoming a devotee. Like somebody came for just prasadam, or somebody came for I like this kirtan. I don't like to chant, I just like kirtan. So and he eventually end up being a devotee. So you must be knowing Swayam Bhavan Keshav Maharaj. He has a very nice example to give, that all devotees in Krishna consciousness, they are agents of Lord Vamandev. In the beginning they will say, "Oh Prabhu, you don't have to change anything. Just do this, just do one round. Oh, just come to temple, just take prasadam. You don't have to give anything." And Vamandev also did. He showed his small legs and said, "Okay, three steps only. I need just 3 steps." And what he did? He eventually take everything from Bali Maharaj. So devotees are also like that. "Oh Prabhu, you don't have to change anything. Just come to temple. Just take a little prasadam. Just chant 1 round and 4 rounds, and eventually you lose all your life." You end up changing your hairstyle, your clothes, your whole daily schedule, everything. Actually, this is required. We are giving them the most precious thing. Actually, it is we are cheating them transcendentally. We have been cheated, and we have to carry on this legacy because we are giving them the most highest thing. We are giving them Krishna, which they cannot buy from any. We give them the Ananda. These material things, they can give us happiness, and happiness is always momentarily. Like how much, whatever way people get happiness, like eating, how much seconds we feel that happiness from eating? Only maybe 3 or 4 seconds till the time that food is there on the tongue. After going to stomach, does it give some pleasure? Even if you have eaten khichdi or gulab jamuns, after going to stomach, it gives same kind of feeling, like your tummy is full. That's all. Till the time it is on the tongue, that's the only time it gives different kind of a taste. So, but Anand is something which you feel always, which has a longer effect. So we are giving people that thing that is coming from Krishna. And in the previous verse also, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that when he sees people accepting this Krishna consciousness, when he sees people eating this fruit of love of Godhead, he becomes very happy. Actually, this is the desire of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all the acharyas, and this should be the desire of all the devotees also, or of us also. Like, what a responsible son or daughter do. He do what his parents or his family wants him to do. He takes the responsibility. Suppose if you are a son of a very big business class family. Anybody heard of Rockefeller family? No. They were the richest in 1940s, the richest person on the planet Earth. One of the examples, why I took this example always, just to re-emphasize that these things are temporary. You may be richest in 1940, but many of the people will not know about you. You may be famous, Mr. Bezos will be famous nowadays, but 40, 50 years down the line, nobody will knew Jeff Bezos. So suppose if you are the heir of Rockefeller family, you have such a big empire, still they are very rich, somewhere 80 or 90 billion dollars empire they have. So what you are supposed to do if you are a son of a Rockefeller family? So you are supposed to be responsible, take business in your hand, make it multifold, at least keep it, like that, at least. Similarly, we have such a great family business with us. Our family business is preaching. Like all of our acharyas have did so. All their life are molded in a way so that they can preach. Like we can see from the example of Bhakti Thakur. He was such a busy man. Imagine yourself in the shoes of Bhakti Thakur. You have 11 children. You are a magistrate in India, and on top of that, you have some other responsibilities also. Like you are translating books, you are giving classes, you are doing correspondence, you are head of Jagannath Temple or head administrator of Jagannath Temple. All these responsibilities he did, despite being a grasta and everything. So Bhakti Thakur, he opened 64 Gaudiya Math. He had more than 60,000 disciples. Prabhupada, being a grasta also, 43 years he tried to preach in India. He has a successful business also. Everything. And after taking sannyas, he did everything. At times, Prabhupada used to do 4 or 5 classes in a day after traveling so much and everything. And that time when there was no WhatsApp, no calls, nothing. You have a phone. If you miss it, you miss it. You never know that who called you. There was no system of there is a missed call or something that you can call back. So and Prabhupada did all those things just by writing letters. So my point of telling you all this is that they did it despite having so lack of facilities, and we have so many facilities. So we have to be responsible to reduce the anxiety of Krishna. Suppose like in India we give this example so often that Kumbh Mela, everybody knows. So why Kumbh Mela is so famous? Because so many people come on that. At least like in previous Kumbh Mela there was 25 or 30 million people in just that area on the confluence of river Yamuna and Ganga in Allahabad. There are 30 million people were there in the span of some 12 or 15 days. So, and it happened like they are saying in India that at times it happened in the past that children, they got lost away from their parents. And imagine if something like that happened. Even if you give chocolates, teddy bear, everything to the child, will he be happy? He wants his parents. And will parents, if you give parents, some big bungalow or some cash or something, will the parents be happy after that? No. Parents want to meet the child, and child want to meet the parents. Similarly, that is the situation of Krishna. Right now, many of his children are lost. They don't want to come back to him. That is the anxiety of Krishna. That's why, those our acharyas, devotees, they are sharing the responsibility. They are sharing the responsibility to reduce the anxiety of Krishna. That his so many sons and daughters are lost in the material world. They don't want to come back to Krishna. But what a devotee, acharya do, he goes to the material. He takes this anxiety to go to spiritual world, from spiritual world to material world, and reclaim those lost fallen souls. So similarly, we have to take this responsibility to somehow or the other save ourselves first. Janam sarthak kari kar paropkar. First we have to save ourselves. It's not like that we have to take risk, and we will be lost. No. We have to take calculated risk, that we always stay in Krishna consciousness, and along with that, if we can save some souls, that is what Krishna wants. That is what Krishna's desire is. And we can see, Prabhupada emphasizes so many times that don't try to see Krishna. Act in a way that Krishna wants to see you. Serve in a way that Krishna wants to see, oh, who is this devotee? Who is serving in such a nice manner? And we can see from the example of Bhakti Yoga Meditation Thakur Maharaj also. In his times, even if somebody distributes one book, he becomes so happy. Oh, he has distributed one book, one magazine. Why? Because he has made an effort to reclaim a fallen soul. These books are like time bombs. When we go out to distribute these books, we are planting time bombs. And with these time bombs, nobody dies. But your hairstyle, your lifestyle will change. It explodes in a different manner. So, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj used to say like, Pran achetar se hetu prachar. Those who are living, they'll do preaching. If you are living, you consider yourself living, then you have to preach. If you are not preaching, that means you are not living. For Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, you are as good as dead. Why he says so? Because this body is given for a facility. Like you must have heard this example. Imagine like in French system also. How many perks or facilities Mr. Macron have? So many. He has his own palace, he has his own jet, he has his own private bodyguards and everything. And imagine just an ordinary government employee, a government clerk. How many facilities he might have? Maybe some good salary only. He might not have a palace, right? He might not have a car or a chauffeur given by government, right? So why there is so? Both are government employees. Both are serving the government, but there is stark difference between the facilities of both of them. Why? Because both of them has great responsibility. Both have difference of responsibility. Mr. Macron, what decision he is going to take will affect the whole country and the other countries also. But the decision made by a government clerk is only going to affect some people. So that's why number of facilities provided to you is directly proportional to the responsibility you have. So humans, they have such a nice facility. We eat such a nice food stuff. We live in such a nice, comfortable manner. We have such a nice facility as compared to animals. Because responsibility for humans are also great. We are meant to go back to spiritual world and take back as much as souls we can to the spiritual world. So we can see from the example of Prabhupada also. Even on his last days, he becomes so jubilant, becomes so active when he heard the book scores that, oh, this temple has distributed so many books. Even I remember from memories of Srila Prabhupada that one time some devotee from Hyderabad came to Prabhupada, and Prabhupada was on his last days, on his, so to say, on his deathbed, and Prabhupada had not eaten since last 1 month. And what Prabhupada was discussing with this devotee, oh, you are coming from Hyderabad. So they have, in this season, they have a very nice corn coming in the field. You can make this dish, it is very pleasing to the locals. You can feed them this dish from the corn. And that devotee, that disciple of Srila Prabhupada was getting very, amazed that Prabhupada has not eaten for 1 month, and what he is discussing, what you can serve to the people, how you preach to them. And Prabhupada has a very different vision of preaching. Like it says, different stroke for different folks. One time what happened, there was a devotee, a disciple of Srila Prabhupada, and his sister was also there, who was just 15. And the sister also decided that I will join Hare Krishna movement. I will also come and live in the temple and do what they are doing. So what Prabhupada did, Prabhupada asked Shyam Sundarpur and Malati Mataji, adopt this girl. And Shyam Sundar Mataji, at that time they were 21 and 22. And they are going to government office to adopt a 15-year-old girl. So the girls, this Mataji's idea was that she will live with the devotees and go on Harinam and different countries and enjoy. And what Prabhupada made her do? Go to school. First finish your education and then you become a devotee. So as she was living in America, so what happened that there is a culture. So she complained to Prabhupada that Prabhupada, when I'm going to school, because she didn't want to go to school also, so she complained to Prabhupada that Prabhupada, boys are chasing me. She asking me out. They are asking me out. Why don't you come with me for a date and this and that. And what you cannot imagine what Prabhupada replied her. Prabhupada replied her, okay. So what you can do, you can bring them here. You can ask them, okay, we'll come to temple. They will come to see you, but they will see Krishna and Radharani and get attracted to Krishna and Radharani. That was vision of Prabhupada. Only Prabhupada can think like that. So, we must preach. And Prabhupada has, told us in his books that there are two kind of devotees. One is Bhajananandi and one is Goshtanandi. Bhajananandis are the devotees who are only and only interested in their own bhajan. Only and only in their sadhana. Yes, Vrindavan, Babaji, so many Babajis in Vrindavan. They are only interested in chanting the holy names for themselves, to perfect their life. That's okay, that's fine. Yes, we have to save ourselves also. But there is another kind of devotee who are Ghoshanandis. Ghoshanandis are the devotees who take this responsibility, take this anxiety to save others also. It's not that they don't have to practice themselves. They have to practice themselves also and to preach to others also. When you preach, it is like having kids. In reality, it is like having kids. We might not have this experience of having kids, but when we were kids, or imagine somebody have a child. So since the very first day, you have to take care of the child so much. Like when the baby is very young, he wakes up in the night and sleeps throughout the day. That's the behavior of the babies. And you have to take care of everything, like if he has eaten enough, he has not wet his diapers or everything. And then when he starts going to school or he starts speaking, he's asked so many questions. What is this? What is that? How you do it? Why you do it? And you have to answer all those questions. And when he becomes teenagers, that's the most toughest part, right? When they start arguing, when they start not following your idea of doing things, we all have been through that stage. So preaching is also like that. When you preach to others, you have to take care of those people for every stage. Once they become, old enough in devotion service, then they start arguing with you also. That your idea of devotion service is not right. It should not be done like this. You have to be prepared for that. So Prabhupada has told us to become Goshtanandi. Or rather, I would see it like, we are both Goshtanandi and Bhajananandi. How? In the morning program, the morning is to become Bhajananandi. Do not preach in the morning, do not do any other activity. Switch off your phone, leave your phone elsewhere and chant your rounds attentively. Do your devotion, listen to Srimad Bhagavatam in the morning. In the morning, become a Bhajananandi. And throughout the day, become a Goshtanandi. Whoever you meet, just implant a seed of Krishna consciousness in some way or other. Maybe through prasadam, maybe through book, maybe through just being a good gentleman. So, or direct preaching. So whatever way possible, try to preach. And we all know that Prabhupada has given us 4 principles. Preaching is the essence,
Books are basis.
Books are the basis.
Uh,
Purity is the force.
Purity is the force.
And
Utility
is the principle. If you analyze this carefully, like I did this morning, somehow Krishna inspired me. I may be wrong also. Main of them is preaching is the essence. The essence of all this is preaching. And all the others are to facilitate this. You have to become purified. Then only you can preach. If you are not purified, you cannot preach. Imagine if you are not following it yourself, your words will not carry power. If you are doing 16 hours attentively, if you are following 4 relative principles, then only your words, if you say if you say those words to others, they will start following. Otherwise, it will be just like, they will listen from one ear and, it will come out from other ear. And next is books are the way. Why Prabhupada has given so many books? So that are the basis on which you will preach. It's not that you imagine or concoct your own ideas. These books are there so that you will read and preach from them. These are the basis on which you will preach. And utility is the principle. That means you may have to, change things here and there. You have to do, adjustment. Like in Corona, we have to do online classes. There are so many online classes. There's the boom of ISKCON internet. In one sense, yes, it is good, and in one sense, we have to boil the milk also after that. But devotees did what was the need of the hour. Like before Prabhupada, there was no concept of a life member or guest house or Govinda's restaurant. You cannot imagine that before Prabhupada. But Prabhupada, tweaked these things, did the adjustment so that to attract people. So what is main? Preaching is main. Preaching is the essence. And all these 3 principles, books are the basis, utility principle, and purity is the force, is just to support the preaching. And one thing finally, before ending, I would like to stress upon is that just like a businessman, or so to say in today's world, entrepreneur, what he do, he always think, like in Indian education system, it is pumped so much in the bloods of the people, like I am sure here also, that somehow or the other make money. Think as much as you can, like once I met, there was a colleague of mine who got selected for XLRI Jamshedpur. It is one of the big MBA schools in India. So when he went to do this MBA, he was just a normal guy like us, calm and relaxed. But when he came back, he got a nice salary in a big firm, and on top of that, what he was doing, he was running a startup. He said, when I met him, I asked him, what he's doing. He said that from morning 8 till 6, he's doing this job, and after 6, he run his own startup. He work for his own startup so that he can make more money. And I asked him, how much you sleep? 5 hours. That's enough, 5.5 hours. So now all these MBA, business schools, and all those, business giants, what they want to do, every second they think of making more money. When they are, established in one sector or one market, so what they try to do, they try to enter a different market. If they are established in textile business, so then they go in the thread business, or the examples. So similarly, we should be aggressive in our preaching. We should not be pressing, okay, whoever comes to temple will preach to them. No, we have to go out and bring, especially in this part of the world. Nobody is going to come to temple by its own. Maybe somebody here and there, once in a month or twice in a month. We have to go out and bring people to the temple by our efforts. And that is our real profit and loss. How many people came, how many people chanted, how many books we distributed. That's our profit. Like the profit or loss for a businessman is in terms of money, how much money we made, what was our revenue and all those. So our revenue should be, like we say in front of our deities in the morning, how many books we distributed, how many people chanted Hare Krishna, how many people are coming in our classes, what happened to this guy who used to come, now he's not coming. We have to take follow-up and everything. We have to take this anxiety. So that is our real business, our family business, to take anxiety for Krishna. And when we take anxiety for Krishna, Krishna will reduce other anxieties in our life. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Anybody has any question, comments, corrections?
There's so much to do.
Yes, there is so much to do. So we pray to Shri Radha Parisisvara Mandir and Jai Shri Prabhupada to give us intelligence and purity and right intent so that we can use our intelligence in the right way. Somehow or the other we can perfect our life and we can save some souls also. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Grantha Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai.
Actually, we have some Babaji's in our Sampradaya.
There you